Hi, I'm back on the river again, just doing a little bit of a mixture of dry and wet fly fishing. I'm testing out a new rod I've got, a Shimano Biocraft Fly XR 9'8" 2-weight rod, and normally with a 2-weight fly rod they're very floppy and borderline useless for any type of casting a reasonable distance. The main purpose of this rod is check nymphing, which I did quite a bit of the day before I filmed this, and no fault of the rod, I didn't get a single take on the check nymph, but then turned my attention to using a combination of dry and wet fly, and lost a few decent fish, much to my annoyance. I don't know what particularly went wrong, they just sort of dropped off the hook. Mind you, one unfortunately broke me, the initial take was so savage. So I've come back with the same rod today, forgetting about the check nymph, and I've got a 3-weight line on for doing the conventional downstream wet fly fishing, and I'm using a 2-weight double tapered line for the dry fly fishing. The 2-weight line works beautifully if there's no wind about. It enables you to drop the flies so gently on the water. It's absolutely great for that. So I've got a little bit of footage again of me losing fish or not getting fish, and see what you think. Well, just starting the session off with a couple of wet flies. Got a nice little grayling to start with. There we go. Oh, damn it. That was a sea trout. I'm pretty sure of that. Well, I'm fishing in the rain. I haven't got a coat, that's my fault. And I've lost 3 nice fish, one after the other. Last one felt like a big grayling, and but one of them was either a trout or a sea trout. Once again, a very mixed day as regards the weather. I mean, you're moving within 10 minutes from torrential rain to the sun poking itself out for a second or two, and then back to the heavy clouded condition. Luckily, the wind wasn't dominant, but that reference I made earlier on to a sea trout, it was definitely that kind of sea trout take where it felt as if somebody suddenly attached a brick to the end of your line. It was so powerful with another strong double pull. Unfortunately though, it came off. But you see me having a look at my line just to make sure it wasn't broken. When you see the dry fly fishing later on, unfortunately you can't see my little parachute, but the way it lands on the water with that 2-weight line is just brilliant. It means that you can cover a fish several times if you've miscast without any fear of putting it down with excessive line splash.
I've got something energetic on at the moment. It's done a couple of leaps. I think it's a brown trout.
Fishing in a very strong current here, so this small fish looks to be much more impressive than it actually is.
There it is. I'm dislocating my arm because I've got this new net system on the back, and with having like the zero flexibility, damn it, just lost a grail in there on the dry fly. Having to fish the dry fly blind because there is an occasional rise, but it's like every quarter of an hour. But I fished this bit for long enough to know the sort of various lines where you're most likely to get a fish. I just heard a very substantial splashy rise below me, but a long way downstream, but I couldn't work out where it had come from. There we go. Off again. Never mind. I'm not sure what's going wrong. I've got good hooks. The timing seems to be pretty good at the moment. And yet they're coming off.